Welcome to the 39th episode of Lalitha Divya Rahasya Sahasranam Stotra. The 1,000 combinations of establishing universal harmony within the body and tapping the unconditional source of cosmic energy. Let us move on. The next nama is Bhanda Surendra Nirmukta Sestra Pratyasravarshini. Bhanda Surendra Nirmukta Sestra Pratyasravarshini. Pratyastra Varshini. After the resetting of the clockwise direction rotation of the Kundalini chakras through Mahaganesh Nibhinna Vikna Yantra Praharshita, the forces in Bhandasura have gone in the right direction. That means the divine forces in the upward direction, the demonic forces in the downward direction. So therefore, whatever is the imbalance that was accumulated and that has not been removed till now, that imbalance is being vented out through this nama, Bhanda Surendra Nirmukta Sestra Pratyastra Varshini. So just it is similar to a person who is who's handcuffed and his legs are tied, and all of a sudden, if the person is untied and made free, so he will just throw his hands and legs into the air. He will just shake himself up. He will just free himself up, and this nama is exactly the same. Bhanda Surendra Nirmukta Sestra Pratyastra Varshini. So after establishing the clockwise direction of the Kundalini chakras, whatever is the residues, so there has gone, that has been vented out, that has gone out through Sahasra Pratyasra form. So here we have to understand Bhanda Surendra means Asurendra. So we have to understand what is Surendra, what is Asurendra, what is Sahasra, what is Pratyasra. So Surendra is the leader of the divine forces. Asurendra obviously the leader of the demonic forces. Here Indra means senses. So the leader of the senses. The divine form of leader of the senses is Surendra. The demonic form of leader of demonic representation of the leader of the senses is Asurendra. So Sahasra Pratyasra is the so-called weapons that have been emanated through these various senses and which have accumulated due to the imbalance, because the divine forces, instead of being in the upward direction, they have been forced to go in the downward direction, and demonic forces have gone in the upward direction within Bhandasuras. That is the inertial effect that he accumulated. So in the process of being in the wrong direction, so whatever is the attributes that divine forces have accumulated and demonic forces have accumulated, So they have gotten rid of those effects that are not been invented out till now through this nama. So Surendra and Asurendra refers to the indriyas, the senses that operate in the divine force and demonic force manner. Okay, so what is Sahasra and what is Sahasra is it's a physical form. It's any weapon that has a physical form, and it will injure the opponent. It will cause injury to the opponent. Whereas Astra is something that is internal, and so it doesn't cause any physical damage to the external body. So it acts internally. Astra acts internally. For example, one can take a grass blade and then chant a particular mantra and then release that astra. That's what exactly Dronacharya did in Mahabharata when this Kauravas and Pandavas are playing the ball, and the ball fell into a well, and Dronacharya at the time he was not the guru to these Pandavas and Kauravas. He saw the ball falling into the well, and then he takes a grass blade and then chants a mantra and releases. And then the ball pops out of the well. So that is astra. Whereas Sahasra is something that's a weapon that causes the damage to the physical organs, the external damage. Astra causes an internal damage. So the Astra and Sahasra are the two forms, and here Pratyastra is used. A word is used. The term Pratyastra is used. So Pratyastra is a self-limiting astra. So whatever is the power, the fuel that it has got, till that fuel it operates and it stops, it terminates. That is Pratyastra. So these are like when we get this common cold, flu, and fever and cough, and then after some days we will be all right. So this is similar to that. So why we get this common cold, cough, and fever is it is the way in which our immune system gets stronger. So through the effects of common cold, cough, and fever, the Sahasra Pratyastra Varshini, Bandasurendra Sahasra Pratyastra Varshini, whatever is the imbalances that existed due to the divine forces and demonic forces operating in the reverse direction, so those imbalances manifest in the form of common cold, cough, and fever, and therefore that is the better of the immune system prevails subsequent to that. So that is the example, and therefore these effects of common cold, cough, and fever are similar to Pratyastra in our body. So that means they are self-limiting. So those who try to suppress these effects through the chemical medicines, I think they are promoting, they are not preventing they are preventing the imbalances of divine and demonic forces in the body from coming out. So that means they are promoting these imbalances to stay and then prosper in the body. So that's about this nama, Banda Surendra Mukta Sastra Pratyastarshini. So through this nama, from anti-clockwise, that is bhinna, to nirbhinna, that is clockwise, rotating the Kundalini state within the body, and then the Surendra and Asurendra are subsequent to that, having the minds of Surendra and Asurendra, and through these minds affects the Sestra Prichastra, the residual effects of imbalances through the act of karmacharana being vented out. So therefore this nama imparts training to the faculty of mind. The next nama is Karanguli Nakhotpanna Narayana Dasakrutihi. The 10 incarnations of supersoul, that is Narayana, formed through the fingernails of the Universal Mother. So the 2 hands, 5 fingers each, and therefore 10 fingers, through the tip of the fingers, through the nails, the 10 forms of supersoul, that is Narayana, have been established. So here we have to understand what is Narayana. And what is the need for this 10 incarnations. So in the previous nama, so this is the whole mission of Bandasura is like a de-embedding technique. So first the coarse effects have been removed through Jwala Malini Kakshiptavani Prakara Madhyaga by setting fire. Then once the core is like if you want to clean a house, a premises, first the major dirt is being cleaned, the macroscopic dirt, then followed by the microscopic dirt through the vacuum cleaner or whatever it is, and then still microscopic through the keen observing and all that. So it's a step-by-step procedure of how we clean. So same thing is happening here. So after macroscopic clearing, then the microscopic, and then further finer the imbalances are taken care. So one by one, whatever is the residue after this is being removed, whatever is the residue after that, further residue after that residue is removed. How to remove that? So this effect is completely irreversible, therefore, because it doesn't leave any residue. So after the after the balancing of the Kundalini chakras and balancing of the forces, the residual effects have been vented out through Banda Surendra Nirmukta Sastra Pratyastarshini. After this has gone out, whatever is still remaining, because Banda Surendra Nirmukta Sastra Pratyastarshini refers to the Indriyas, so senses. So whatever is there, residual effects after executing Banda Surendra Nirmukta Sastra Pratyastarshini, those residual effects from the senses it has gone to the action. Action is through hands and legs. So if there is any residue in the hands, so Karangulina Kotpanna Narayana Dasakrutihi. Karanguli, Kara means hand. So if there is still any residues in the hand, so those residues are vented out or removed through the establishing of 10 incarnations of Narayana, that is super soul. So nothing is going waste here. So everything is being used. So that is the strategy of the Universal Mother. So Narayana, who is Narayana? Narayana is the Anu form of the super soul. Anu is the atomic form of super soul. So the entity of super soul who provides nourishment at the atomic scale is Narayana. So so that means now the Kundalini flow has reached able to reach the hands, and through the hands to the 10 fingers. So there are no obstacles in the flow of the Kundalini, because Mahaganesh Nirbhinna Vigna Yantra Prahashita, the anti-clockwise is been reset to the clockwise, and subsequent imbalance have been taken off. So there is a continuous flow of Kundalini energy to the fingertips of the hand, and through that the flow, whatever are blockages that existed in the fingers, the hands, have been taken off, have been removed through Karangulina Kotpanna Narayana Dasakrutihi. So from both hands comprises 5 fingers, so total 10. So these 10 incarnations are Matsya Kurma Varahascha Narasimhascha Vamana Ramo Ramascha Rama Bauddha Kalki Mevacha. These are 10. Matsya Kurma Varahascha Narasimhascha Vamana 5. Ramo Ramascha Rama Bauddha Kalki. Ramo Ramascha Rama. So Parashurama, Rama, then Balrama, Krishna, then Bauddha, Kalki. These are 10 incarnations. But however, in Venkateshwara Suprabhata, Buddha's name doesn't appear. So it's the Suprabhata says, Meena Krute Kamatakola Nrisimhavarnin Swamin Pariswatha Tapodana Ramachandra Seshansa Yadunandana Kalki Rupa. So here Buddha is being not included. So the reasons will be best known to them. But however, in Lalitha Sahasranaam, the Buddha incarnation was clearly reflected. So Buddha, in place of Buddha, it is Balrama's name was included in Venkateshwara Suprabhata. So through this Nama, Karanguli Nakotpanna Narayana Dasakrutihi, the 10 incarnations of the super soul, having the intellect of the 10 incarnation of the super soul, is being covered. Therefore, faculty of intellect receives the training through this Nama. The remaining Namas we will explore in the next episode. Thank you.